Okay, so welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to play follow shot. It's the opposite of the last video I did, where we did the screw shot or backspin. So what we're doing here is setting up an example of when you would use follow in a match. So when you're doing a screw shot, I told you guys that you hit 6 o'clock on the cue ball. If the cue ball, the white ball, is a clock face, you hit at 6 o'clock, so the bottom, about a third of the way up the cue ball. The same applies for a topspin shot where you need to follow the yellow and the cue ball will end up here. This gap allows us to play on the next yellow over the corner, and we need that to go into this bunch because, as you can see, you need to develop those. So when you're playing topspin, you need to look at the cue ball, the white ball, like a clock face again, and you need to imagine the top of the clock face where the 12 is just about 3/4 of the way up the cue ball, and that is where you need to hit the cue ball in order to make the white ball follow through for our next shot on the yellow. There are different ways you can play this shot. You could screw back if you wanted to and find the gap, which I haven't done unless I can experiment. But if you don't find the gap, you can always just play the cheeky up and down shot. If I can do that, I definitely can. Okay. This is what happens when you run out of position. So, play the easiest shot at all times. Don't try and get fancy like me because it never works. So yeah, you need to be hitting at 12 o'clock on that clock face, and you need to follow through to find that gap. There we go. And this gives you the opportunity to pocket this one and come into this bunch to try and develop a yellow out. That's the aggressive option. You could also play this with a ton of left hand side and skim the cue ball off this cushion and in behind and set yourself up for a good safety. But seeing as I like being aggressive, I'm going to go through developing the shot. So as you can tell, that hasn't actually worked out in my favour, but it does develop my yellows for the next shot, which I will get because you can play a dinky little safety, just playing a tight little screw shot back to that pocket, and it doesn't leave your opponent much in the way of easy shots to get started, and it does develop ours out from the initial positions. So, like the first video, it's not always going to be nice and clear cut situations like that. There's going to be situations in which you either really need to control a follow shot or you can let go with one. So a good example for a big follow shot is kind of like a mid-range shot into this corner pocket. Now if I follow this, because it's not dead straight, the cue ball will then follow into this cushion and then around the angles. Let's see if I can do that. So again, 12 o'clock on that cue ball. And then it goes around. It still wasn't the fastest, so it does stop up pretty quick. But yeah, so that's your follow shot. Again, like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTubey stuff, and if you guys have any suggestions, let me know in the comments down below.